what's one word that you would use to describe this exhibition?
This is the cultural center. This is a cultural pavilion, and then we introduce Korean culture to everyone invited. So you are invited right now.
Do you have one word that would describe the exhibition?
Fantastic.
I'll pick one word already. Beautiful. What about you? What word would you use to describe it?
Light.
Yeah,
평창 light.
Yeah. Good idea. And you can see the lights around us. So let's go through. Let's see what's in store.
So we've just entered the first passageway from the foyer, and already you can feel there's a sense even among the spectators, this sort of hush falls over the crowd that I hope I'm not spoiling. And Bangin, can you first,
come this
what
way.
do we have? Yeah,
so
let's
the
get over
cameraman
here.
Can see.
This is we are in the waterfall.
Yeah.
Actually, the artist took the pictures from the waterfall of Jeju Island, which is very beautiful island of Korea.
So if you stand against the wall, it looks like we're all in the waterfall.
Just like
Can you
this.
see that? Isn't that amazing?
So
It's
facing us on the other
So
side
beautiful.
is a mirror, so people can really take it all in. The light, the water cascades over you, giving you the effect that you're submersed in the waterfall. It really,
Fabulous. All right, let's
fantastic.
keep going. What can you tell us about this artwork?
This is by the Nam Jun-paek, who is pioneer of media art. Actually, the work story is about a long-distance love story, which is beautiful.
And it's called, actually, Love is 10,000 Miles. The colours already are just sensational. Let's get going.
I really love this waterfall effect. It is too good. I could spend some time, you're right. Might just
our
enjoy
hair.
this a little bit more.
Are you cold? Are you cold inside?
It's amazing. Really effective. And you,
We are into the main area of the exhibition.
Okay. Wow. So this actually, it looks like the International Broadcast Centre. Where they have all of the Olympic channels, you know, and you can see everything that's going on.
Wow.
So tell us about this wall of colour.
This work by the Nam Jun-paek again, and this is about the 86 monitors come together to make one art. The title is M200. M stands for Mozart. So this is the stories about the artists, and because Nam Jun-paek started from the music, so he loves music a lot. So you can find out the Mozart image and John Cage and David Bowie dancing with another artist.
Yeah.
So this is about the artist's story. Yeah.
Fantastic. Really lovely. And what do we have over there?
That's the turtle.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, sure.
there's a very sort of retro feel so far to all of this. Whether it's the old tricolor TV screens, everything else. It's
Well,
really
it's kind of a combination, isn't it, of modern and retro and everything thrown in together. But this is a turtle, the tortoise, and it's a tortoise of images.
Wow.
So, June, what can you tell me about the images in this tortoise?
This work title is turtle, and turtle means like longevity. And for the Korean people, turtle is very special because our hero of how can I say? Can you explain the
Explain the hero.
Explain the hero. Nam June Paik once thought that he always wanted to portray and then create the art piece portraying the heroes. Like everyone has hero, and then every country has own hero. We have Sun Xin Lee. He is the most famous hero in the history against Japan. So we have this artist, this artwork portraying the turtle that was the battleship. So that was like the invention to battle against the enemy. And then that's why the image was there. Also, as the name implies, that turtle means longevity. So we want to live long as a country. So that's what it implies.
Beautiful. And the chandelier, is that always here or that's part of the exhibition?
The part of the exhibition,
Yeah.
of course. That's also Nam June Paik too. Yeah, because he hoped the nature and the 기계 문명이 뭐라 그럴까? Media, 기계 문명을 뭐라 그래야 될까? Nature and technique. Yeah,
Right.
technique.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he hoped the nature and technique comes together to make a beautiful harmony.
Yes.
So that's the story about the work,
Yeah.
artwork.
How would you describe Korean art, modern art? How would you compare it to art that we find from other places in the world? Is there something unique about it? Because when I look at it, I see it as totally unique. I see this incredible blending of old and new, like you
Right.
say, media and technology. But there's always something to do with nature.
Right.
And the way it's put together is always so beautiful. It seems it has to be beautiful.
Right. Because our exhibition has two parts. This part is about the media art and collaboration with Nam June Paik, and you see the installation lighting now. This installation lighting is done by Lee Kyung, who is a contemporary artist. So this is her work is like homage for the Nam June Paik. So this is a collaboration space of Nam June Paik and Lee Kyung together. Yeah.
And it's lovely.
Also, to answer your question, what makes a Korean art so unique, other than other places, is that we use all the spaces, and then we use the color. We use vivid color. So as you see it, when you see the European art, they mix colors and they have more colors. But when we see our culture and our art piece, we use vivid color but less color, so that we can also see the space. So when you see a turtle, you see all the black. It's not just like the black.
Yes.
It also shows the space and also some distance, so that we can be relaxed. That's why when you enter this place, you see all the huge space, so that you can be relaxed. Also, we have a sitting area. The reason why we have sitting area is artists just not just like you enjoy it, you also feel relaxed and then very comfortable when you enter this place. Look at all the surrounding and then listen to the music.
I wanted to ask about the music then. You mentioned two artists working in collaboration to make this installation.
Yeah.
Did they also choose the music, or was that
Sure.
somebody else?
Lee Kyung made the music. Yeah, Lee Kyung collaborated with a musician, so she made the special music for this exhibition.
This kind of collaboration is first you see like huge object, so you're already kind of impressed, and you see the light, which is amazing, and then your ear also be enlightened
Right.
by all the beautiful sound. So it's not just like one piece,
the light?
not just the one artist, and not just one art. It's a combination of everything. I think that's all about the Olympics. Olympics not just one thing. It all of the things. Like everyone is involved, and every art piece, every artist is here to make
Seriously,
this great place.
I could lie down on the floor
I
and
know.
just spend hours here.
I know,
just
I know.
absorbing it all.
We haven't moved from this one spot. The great thing about these installations, they're huge. So
right there, and
Let's
see how it looks like.
Okay, so where are we going next?
Actually, we can have the best spot
Yes.
from the slope.
Ah.
Okay.
So shall we
Yeah,
move
sure.
to the slope?
yes,
Yeah.
please,
way?
exactly.
Okay.
So this whole room, like you said, is designed to help people interact peacefully, relaxing feeling. This big space, it's really nice. Look at that. Brilliant chandelier. Again, more TV screens. The interaction of nature, media, light, it's all there.
Yeah. Well, when you think about the city, you don't really interact with the nature. Like city is more industrial. But right here, it is a perfect combination of city and nature. It's right there.
Yep, showing that it can be done, you're right. Wow.
Cutting me in half.
It,
Okay,
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
let's go up the ramp.
That's too cool. I'm blown away. We're just getting beginning. We're just
Let's head
entering.
up the ramp.
Yeah. Do you have an estimation of how many visitors you get each day?
We open from February 9th, and as of right now, today, we have 90,000 visitors, just this area. 90,000. A huge number.
Well done. And it should be said too, Pyeongchang's not the most accessible area. As you said, this is a ski resort away from a lot of people are staying. Obviously, the events are drawing people, but they're seeking this out, I think. People know of this, word of mouth is going to spread, and people are coming to find it.
2 days ago, it was a Chinese New Year.
Of course.
You know, so Happy New Year, everyone. And then even though it is Chinese New Year, all the families gather first and eat beautiful breakfast and then come here to enjoy this stunning surroundings and art piece and also enjoy Olympics.
Wow, so now I can see how each of the television screens
Yeah, yeah.
is like one of the squares on the turtle's back. Yeah,
The
fabulous.
height is 150 centimeters, so which is quite high, you know. So we cannot see really top of the work. So when we walk through to the slope, and we see from the high, and you can see whole shape of the turtle and
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
The light from here too brings to mind strings, musical instrument, a violin or a harp.
yeah, you're right.
Get your hand in there, Tracy. Play some music for us. Wow.
Wow.
Look at that.
I'm going to have to come back. Tonight won't be enough, I can tell you.
So look at all the pictures and the images. So as I mentioned that we have the turtle right there,
Yes.
and then we have battleship images coming
Ah.
right there. So the way I look at it right there, the way I look at it is the light and the chandeliers are very beautiful, and then this turtle piece is very manly and aggressive, and then it also shows us. It kind of like occupying the space, but also decorating with the beautiful the objects.
Is it oriented in a particular way? Is this facing one of the north, south, anything like that, a
Not
cardinal
necessarily,
point, or is it
not
just to make
necessarily.
use of the space?
It's just what we have in this space. It actually directing to this another area, as the Bang Eun Kim mentioned that we have 3 areas. We started from the lobby, and then the waterfall. That is one area, and then this is another area we call space of light, and then it actually leads into the 3rd space.
Brilliant.
Yes, that's why the head is facing the right side. Do you see the entrance right
I
there?
do,
All the pictures
yeah.
of the Namjoon Pike right there.
I think
Yes.
nothing is without consideration in here. There is detail in everything. So
Yes, very delicate. So we even think about this waiting line. So it actually leads into the 2nd floor. But the reason why she directed this exhibition was while you are waiting to enter another area, people can still see the art piece. When you think about the waiting, it is the most boring part. You kind of hate waiting. But what
Yes,
if
so you
can
move
just
from one artwork to another, and
Yeah,
there's all that
well,
middle of
yeah,
nothing.
yeah, nothing.
But now you're
But
absorbing
right
it,
here,
and you just
yes.
flow into the next piece.
That's correct. That's correct.
And you can see down here people making use of these steps, just relax, chilled out. One woman has her head resting right back. The volunteers, this must be a sanctuary for them
That's
when they're working up here.
So this area does not simply have the art piece. It also has surrounding that people can relax and then like peacefully enjoying all the environment, even though you're waiting for something. You know, so every detail was very delicately designed, just for yourself.
다시 내려가야 되는데. We have a second part of the exhibition of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so we're going back down now. I see. Okay.
We enjoy it and then we go down to the third area.
Okay, so we're heading down to the third area inside the exhibition, and quite literally, it's almost as though with every step there's a new experience. There's a new level of enjoyment, a different view, a different feeling.
That's it. With each angle comes a different perspective.
That's right.
So in the third part, what can we expect?
There is Korean modern and contemporary artists. Actually, the National Museum of Contemporary and Modern Korean Art, they rent some work especially for the Olympic. So we try to make the small museum in Pyeongchang
Yes.
for the Olympic.
Yes. And what will happen with the installations once the Olympics are over? Do they move to another? Do they move on to be exhibited elsewhere? Are they packed up and stored?
Yeah, actually, they have to go back to
Yeah.
the museum.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a new noise. I don't think we've
Sounds
heard that
like a
part
whale.
before.
Sounds like a
So
whale.
there are two
Total.
parts, each one 30 minutes and 20 minutes. So when we first entered, do you remember that we saw the green light? That is actually second part, and then it was actually end of the second part. So when we actually filming, then like all the light changed
Another space.
into the lines, and that actually went
The
to
lights
around
coming
20
up.
minutes, and then it actually changed to another one. So as of right now, it is the climax of the light. Right now, it is making a space of the light. See.
Look at the smoke. It's like the smoke is making all the images there, like
Yeah.
clouds in the sky. It's like stunning. Okay, take us through.
And it's something out of a science fiction movie. I feel like I'm passing through these walls into different dimensions. It's brilliant.
Here's the front. This is the head of the turtle. Right here. This is the head of the turtle. Look at this. Look at the top of the turtle.
There's no mistaking it, absolutely.
Yes. And then it leads into another area.
Well, it's telling us to go. I think we should listen to the turtle. It knows best.
That's the performance. That's the performance of Namjoon Paik with Shalom Moman.
Okay, so let's just go back to the beginning here. This is all about the artist whose installation we've just been looking at,
Yeah.
Namjoon Paik, and the father of media art, and regarded as a world-renowned video artist. So this is all his work, and you're explaining to me, these are the photos on the wall from his time in New York?
Yeah,
was it?
yeah. He was working and living like 80s, 90s in New York. So this is his all work photos from the New York scene. So this is the performance with Shalom Moman, who is playing the cello, and this is the Namjoon Paik, who is playing the piano. Yeah.
As you see, this is the whole studio.
Fabulous.
And he's got a golden prize from the Venice Biennale in 1993.
Fabulous.
So we've just entered yet another section. So is this a different artist in
Yeah,
here?
it's
Okay.
all different artists. This is of modern and contemporary Korean artists, And we made the 3 stories actually for this exhibition. So first is a scene of life. So you see here.
So this says in the late 19th century and the early 20th century, the Korean art enters a new phase of art, departing from their traditional oriental painting techniques. The content and theme of work goes through a significant change as Western techniques were introduced in Korea. Afterwards, the Korean art becomes rich in every aspect as it renders lives of artists themselves as well as the scenes around us. And we can see that, you know, evidenced in the work that we've seen already. It's really stunning. Wow, behind you, Peter, you're in a forest.
And obviously wood and nature is a theme in here, I'm assuming, right? So we've got the tree that provides for all these, at least this piece in the middle. So, Bangju, what is this in the middle here?
This is 목신 뭐라 그래야 되나? 신. 믿는 거 prayer.
Yeah, deity. It says wooden deity.
Yeah.
Deity. Like a god.
Yeah.
Wooden god.
So we pray for the lucky weather sometimes because Korean is agriculture atmosphere and agriculture is most important business, in the traditional life.
Yes.
So we pray for the nature and we pray for the wood sometimes to have good weather. Yeah.
So, Lee Jung-sup, I believe this artist, A Couple, Oil on Paper, it's entitled. Very simple, but just very nice earthy tones. I'm not going to try and disseminate this painting, but just beautiful. Moving on. This is entitled Children and Fish and Crab. And this is watercolor on paper. And over here, from Chung Uk-jin, Magpie. And this is oil on canvas. So we've seen 3 different painting techniques on 3 different mediums. Continuing on, what do we have over here? Okay. Jun, you lead the way, please.
Okay. I'll lead your way. This is a 2 set piece.
Start
As
over
I
here.
first mentioned, the Pyeongchang is a mountainside. And then as you see, we have the trees, the pine trees. And then we have a mountain. And then we have another mountain. This is a Seorak mountain. We are actually in the part of the Seorak mountain. And this represents the Seorak. That's where we are right now. That's why we have this piece right here. And also we have, it is called Total Scene of Kumgang Mountain, which is in North Korea. And then this used to be the most beautiful mountain in Korea. So that's why we have here. You know, North Korea is here. So this is the south and this is north.
Fantastic. I'm speechless looking at this. We're just taking this all in.
Well, speechless. When we first designed this area, also planned this, we didn't think that North Korea will come. We didn't know anything about it. But we also have this piece and this piece side by side. After that, we got the news. We were like, feel like it's right here.
It's one of the biggest stories and the biggest themes of this Olympic Games, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, this, and is a lot of that. That history is so much a part of your country. Is it ever present? Is it something that is often referred to in art? The artists and the work that they do from here? Is it something that every Korean is born with and learns about and thinks about?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Each art piece represents artist's unique mental states, and then also unique their philosophy. It's nothing to do with the politics. The reason why I mentioned that North and South is purely geographic. It is in South Korea,
Yes.
and it is in the North Korea. So art does not relate to the politics. It is art. Simply it is. And then we see this, and then without like let's look at this, and then even if I said this is in South, let's just cover all the world and look at just this. This is mountain. It can be anywhere. It happens to be in South Korea. Hey, look at this. It can be everywhere. But when I explain it, hey, it is in North, then you have the
Ideas,
image,
yeah.
ideas.
You
that,
impute.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
but without those explanation, right? Without the information, it is art, and it is so beautiful. Look at the colors. As I first mentioned with the total, you see the space, you see the colors, you see the uniqueness of the Korean art right here. And this also the piece that I was really wanted to introduce to you is this.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by that. It looks like, you know, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like a fence, palings. Then it just looks like the earth that turns into the blue of the sky. What is it?
No, title implies the right side piece is from line, and the left one is from point. I don't think of any more explanation necessary. Just see. Look at the lines falling from the top to bottom, and then look at all the dots and points, and then fading away.
Isn't your language, the characters of your language are based on lines and points, aren't they?
Wow, you can see that. Well, that's really unique perspective. I think this is the huge part of the Olympic. When you just use your language, you don't really put much thought about it. You know, you just use it. But when you see yourself from the another perspective, then you see interesting things. Well, even though I saw this art piece, seriously, like all day, every day, right now, but I didn't really think about it. I explained this art piece to I think like 90,000 people, maybe, but I didn't think about that. But from your perspective, yes, Korean character is combination of the lines and points. Yes, you're
So when
right.
I look at these two paintings, I see everything that Korea is. I see all of your language. I see how you talk
So
and how you
beautiful.
are.
Now I see this art total different angle. Thank you. Definitely, I'll put those things into my script so that okay, from now on I can put that thing to everyone. But I still give you the copyrights.
Thank you, thank
for
you.
your idea.
So before we leave this room, one more beautiful piece here. Similar colors, but much different than what we just saw. We got some kids milling around there, also interested.
Kids love this area too.
So what do we have here at this painting?
That's the second part of the lines and the points.
Oh,
So that's what we're talking
I'm sorry.
about.
now
Lines and
we
the points.
realize he didn't listen to you.
I saw it differently. I saw points in the first one fading away. I thought those were smaller and smaller points.
Oh, he's
Did I cover that up?
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's cut it right here.
Now you're gonna be surprised by this work.
And this is the
Wow.
most popular art piece we have in this third area.
Oh, have a look.
Yeah, we'll have to get out of the way here because you need to, folks at home, you need to see
So
this.
just explain each of the squares. What are they made of? What do they represent? How are they put together and why?
This is all the different things of culture because Korean culture has a kind of mixed culture, especially young generation. Yeah, so this work story. It tells about all the different story and all the different life and all the different everything. And in the middle of this room, there is Buddhist and praying. So it's like our culture focused on the Buddhism, right? So it's like, it's our, things in heart. So
So we selected 3,000 pieces out of 10,000 pieces to make this area. And then what's amazing is right here. Look at these numbers. 1984 to 2014. It takes 30 years to create this art piece. Look at the histories, and look at the times, and look at the effort. Look at the philosophy behind. Look at what artists did for 30 years. And you see right here.
And you think about the changes inside
Yes.
this country in 30 years. I mean, almost unrecognizable.
Yes. The reason why it is so impressed, even without looking at the numbers, is the feel of the power right here. It is 30 years of power.
So you're saying this is the most popular installation?
In the third area, as
Ah,
I
just
said,
missed.
we have 3 separate areas, and in this third space, and this is the most popular. And then third space, what do you think? Which one do you think that is most popular in the second area?
I think this would capture a lot of eyes because it takes so long to look at. There's so much different things to see, so you're constantly traveling around, can't get enough of it. Each time I look at it, there's new pieces. I see old toys. I see bits from my own past, things that are reminding me. I see a rolling pin now, cars, toys, so it's just got such a wide variety of things. And then you take it in either as pieces or as the whole, and you get a whole different feeling.
Do you have any eye on one particular object? What do you see?
I see the bigger square, the brown one with the blue writing and the little bits of wood sticking from it.
Oh, okay. It says, you don't read much things. That's what it says. When I look at this area, I always see that the bibimbap right there.
So I saw that.
I
That's the
was-
first thing
yeah.
that drew my eye.
Because we're
bibimbap,
hungry.
Definitely.
Also, that reminds us that it is also the Olympic. It has such a variety of things
Yes.
to make the bibimbap.
Yeah.
So it has colors, it has taste, all different kinds, but all together to make the perfect bibimbap. That's what it is.
And the other thing I can't get over is the Buddha. What is it made of? I have never seen anything shine like that. Chrome. It's just stunning, isn't it? Because you think with all the colours in the room, it would just get lost somehow, but it just goes, here am I in the middle, and everything comes from me.
Maybe
Beautiful.
it captures eye.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, because of the color.
Really stunning. And behind us, I bet the kids love this one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, they love this painting.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Do you see 2 most famous characters here? What do you see?
Is that
I'll
the
give
dog,
Looks like
Disney
Pluto.
dog?
I'll give a hint. One from Japan,
one
other from
USA.
Yeah.
and okay, to be more specific, from Walt Disney. What do you
It's-
see?
Pluto? The dog?
Or Goofy?
Goofy. Is it?
Weird.
I never watched cartoons.
I know, I can't
Never.
think of it. I recognize that, but
We see the atom from Japan,
Japan?
and the Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse from
the
USA.
That's right.
oh, I see, yes.
You see the ears,
Yeah.
and the face is the atom from Japan,
Yes.
and then the head part is the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, right.
So it's Atom Mouse.
Yeah, fantastic.
Because of the color, because of the story behind, yeah, kids love it.
Yeah,
Kids
definitely.
love it.
So he made the new style, new cartoon image.
Yes.
He say this is Atom Mouse, Atom plus Mickey Mouse. So they are
Very
floating, they are flying,
Yeah, yeah.
and they are now balancing now. So bubbles means
Yeah.
like when you flew
Yes.
and
And they
when
float about.
right,
Yeah.
so
And then they
they
burst.
lost the balance.
Very good.
Yeah, we must keep the balance.
Yeah, yeah.
We must keep the balance. This is the last piece of this third area by Soo-kyung Lee.
Translated base. So he found out all the crashed base.
Yes.
Broken pieces.
So she made the new style, and she with the broken vase,
Yeah.
broken
Pieces.
pieces, yes, and then make a new creature for her art.
And inside there somewhere, would we find some kimchi?
Yes.
Because it looks like, the kimchi urns that are outside all the houses.
Who knows? Maybe you can image that because you just saw the bibimbap. And then it's about time. It's 7:15.
No, I always notice driving around, even in the countryside, and there's just a little house, or a little
Yeah, we have
tiny
a vase.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
always pots.
It's all
And I always
storage for
imagine-
kimchi.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Kimchi all the
we
time.
have distinct 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter time. So when we entering a winter, then we put kimchi into the vase, and then we put the base into the ground so that it can be kept throughout the winter. So maybe that's
Yes.
that's what you're referring
That's what I
to.
see,
Yes.
yeah.
And do people still do that today, or are they just decorations out on the steps now?
Well, some people still do that, but in order to do so, you need a space to put your base in. Now, this is a very interesting question. Now we are living in the city. We live in a condo, so we don't have much luxury to do so. It used to be a good memory. Now it is a luxury to do so because you need a space. But this kind of reminds us like what it used to be in old days. Well, we still do so in the rural area, but still you need a space. So now we have technology, as you see. We have refrigerator, and then we have a special refrigerator just for the kimchi. And then you can put that into your condo. But still, some people use traditional way, and it tastes better.
You can't mess with the old ways. You can't duplicate it. That's what we're trying to do with technology, always, is to get close to what we had. Now over here behind us, we've got 2 screens. Jun, Bangyu, what do we have over here, please?
This is this work done by Moon Kyung-won and Chun Jun-ho, duo artists. So this is a story from the future, and he tells about the future story. So 뭐라 그래야 되니?
The left side is No, we are kind of like wandering around, so we are kind of changing positions like every time. Okay, so the left side is the artist portraying the end of the day, end of the days of the art, and this is the future. Actually, we are seeing the end script, so we cannot really say it. So this is actually past, and this is actually the future. But it actually sync into each other. So, but we cannot really see the image because of the ending script.
So for the guests coming in here, how long are these 2 films?
Well, interestingly, people think that the media art like this are very difficult to understand and appreciate it. But interestingly, what we saw past 9 days are all the kids are sitting in and then like stay like 20 or 30 minutes just watching the film, and they're really impressed. Look at that. Look at the future. Look at the human being in the future. But she doesn't have art. But this is the past. It's the end of the art. But the one guy trying to preserve the art pieces for the next generation. And then down the road, she found the art preserved by him, and then started a new art.
I can see why it's catching the kids' attention. That is intense. And now we've got a harmony. This is
Very peaceful.
can't help thinking that, you know, it's a very good depiction of what the future is like. But I don't want to be alive when that's around. I much prefer, you know, the time when we have colour and freedom and all of this artwork that you say, you know, that expression. It's really lovely.
Okay, so we love 2018 right now.
Right now.
Presents.
Yeah.
Gift. So can we move on?
Yeah, please. We could still be in that first room, I think, if we really wanted. This was just too much to show people.
This is the exit to the Louvre again. Yeah. So we try to make a, you know, little museum for the Olympic Plaza here. Yeah.
I think it's absolutely amazing that, you know, one square empty space you've converted into this magnificent cultural piece. It's really fabulous, and we thank you so much for taking us on the tour today. We've been enlightened. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
June, thank you so much. Well done to the both of you. This is excellent, and we're just 2 of the 90,000 or so happy visitors that have already passed through here.
Thank you. We are here, so welcome.
And thank you for joining us on this tour. We hope you had a great time too.
Thank you.